I will tell you this, two things. One is, when you live with a guy who is in a lot of Hall of Fames for songwriting, you don't want to, I was really intimidated to play him things. And he is my biggest cheerleader. And I will say, he's the guy who's been telling me for 35 years, you're a songwriter. There's a song on the Chris Gaines record that I'm a writer on because he basically sat me down and said, tell me what it was like growing up in a small town. And we had this conversation. He's the one that made it poetry. But I didn't make it easy on him. And I've actually apologized to him over the years of I know I've never made it easy because I was just so hard on myself. So when you live in the house with this guy, you don't want to play the song because I don't want him to go, oh, that's nice. Because that's the kiss of death of something. Like if I make him a meal and he's like, that's fine. That's not, you don't never say that, that means it needs work. I wanted him to be honest, but I also didn't want him to be too honest. And I also was I'm in a place where I'm happy to take your critique, but I'm also going to either take it or leave it. I'm confident enough in the songs that I appreciate your advice. And I took his advice several times, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, I hear you, but I like it the way it is. But the great thing about it was he was one of the biggest cheerleaders of you need to make this album. I wasn't intentionally in the beginning planning to do anything but write, and I thought this would be a lot of stuff that's for me. And he was one of the ones that said, no, people need to hear this music. And also there's a song on the CD called So Many Summers that I wrote with Aaron Enderlin and Moose Brown. And we had, there's 15 songs on the CD, there's 12 on the vinyl. There were going to be 12 on the CD as well, but I just didn't know how to leave songs out. And So Many Summers, for whatever reason, was kind of on the fence. I was worried that I'd actually recorded it maybe down a half step and it should be a little higher. It's a powerful song, and sat here in this room and wrote it. And I was going through, a friend of mine was battling cancer, a friend of Aaron's was battling cancer, and she was the one who actually started this second verse about kind of being with somebody for the last time. And I'm like, this is my life right now. This is what I'm going through. So that's how it evolves. That's how it happens. And I was playing the song. I was playing the track. We'd recorded the track, but I wasn't sure we were going to finish it out for the record because I had to make choices. And I remember vividly, Garth was sitting at another table on his computer and he just looked up and said, I know this is your record, but I really think you ought to think really hard about making sure that song makes the record. And I took his advice, and I'm really glad that it did. And then I ended up getting to dedicate it to Leslie, my friend. So it's a really special one.
So Katie, who saw your show in Pennsylvania, she said, you said that you want to learn how to play all of the songs on the guitar yourself. Have you made any progress there?
I have made some progress, Katie. I have not learned all of them, but it's funny, if you came to the shows that we just did, you know that I did play guitar on a song or two, and it's so funny because I've been saying for years I wanted to play guitar again on stage. It's kind of like the writing thing. I played guitar from the minute that I, heard my first Lena Ronstadt song and playing along to the records in my bedroom in high school. I played my own, I'd play a show, or I'd play a talent show, I'd play guitar. When I got to Nashville, got a record deal, got my band, they were all so good that I quit playing guitar because I'm like, I'm not this good. Again, it's just that lack of confidence. And it's not that I'm a better player because I've been saying for years, I'm going to really hone my skills and I'm going to start playing, which I didn't really hone my skills. So by the first sound check, the first show we just did, I wasn't sure I was going to play. And I just brought it out in sound check and I was like, there's a song called Goodnight Cruel World on this record that I can play. When I was younger, I made all the mistakes, but I pretended I didn't. I was really good at going, no, I didn't. If I didn't like something about myself, I just pretended it didn't exist. I'm still pretty good at that. But now that I've gotten older, I'm in a place where it's okay to embrace all the parts of you. It's okay to embrace the mistakes. It's okay to go, hey, I made this mistake and I learned from it. And I just didn't know better. I was young, or whatever, to own your choices. It becomes easier if you're lucky enough to get old enough to realize that.